Welcome back to Too Stupid, a podcast with...
You're nailing it.
Thank you so much. With me, Sarah, and
Danny.
woohoo, Dan. This is a podcast of two besties for the resties, just wanting to have a good old time,
You know it.
Have fun.
Know it.
Laugh our little booties off.
Oh, I love that. I would love to laugh my little booty off with you, Sarah.
Laugh your little booty off. So, today, I figured we'd kind of start by jumping off our last episode, where we largely talked about our friendship lore, as we called it. And another thing that is part of our friendship lore is enrichment time, as you call it.
This is what I call it, yes.
Enrichment time. Danny and I, when we are hanging out together, we'll do our things, do crafts, probably bake something, and then we need alone time, but we don't want to be without each other. So we sit in the same room and watch TikToks separately on our own phones. And that is our enrichment time. And then we go back to doing whatever we're doing. So
as long as we're in the same room together, it's just it's the presence, right? I mean, I feel like that is actually like a true friendship right there, when you can like sit and do nothing and be like, I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I'm having fun. So I figured we'd kind of, simulate that in this episode, which we will call TikTok. Ha ha ha. Get it? Because we're going to be watching TikToks and talking about them. TikTok. Anywho. So
you're a genius.
We each picked a TikTok, one of our favorite TikToks that we've seen recently, and we're gonna discuss them a little bit. Would you like to do the honors of going first?
Yes, we'll both watch it together. I'll play it up on the screen for people watching the YouTube video so you can watch along with us.
Wait. Pause. Pause. I have something to say.
What, before we watch this?
Yes. Do.
What?
When I was choosing a favorite TikTok to watch, I really wanted to choose those videos of the rappers on stage dancing.
So this is why I told you before we recorded today's episode, I texted Sarah and was like, okay, you have to pick, if we're gonna do this segment, you have to pick a TikTok that doesn't have music in the background, because one, I don't want to edit it out, two, we could get copyright stricken, whatever. But, and I said that specifically because I knew you would want to pick one of those.
They're so
rapper
funny.
Like when they're dancing to Starts in my toes and they're going.
It's so
that
funny.
Is a really good one going on.
Anyways, but I picked this one just because it did make me giggle quite a lot.
The best part is the aftermath and like the mom seeing it and the dog gets
it like comes back for more.
The dog's like, what happened?
What's going on, guys? As if he didn't just like absolutely take out this kid.
Yeah. Well, and you can tell like just how hard the dog hit him, because like
the impact.
Not only does he fall into his bed, he like makes a like,
and like it's not even like this dog is big. Like
somebody needs to invite that dog on WWE.
Yeah, the fact that the dog is that size and was like, you know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna absolutely parkour off this kid right now.
You're so right, though. He does like parkour. Like he does like a wall jump.
He does
like a wall jump off this poor child. Like unrevoked too. Like the dog was literally just standing in the hallway, like so casual,
living his life. He's like,
it'd be so funny right now.
I'm gonna jump off this kid.
I want to parkour off. I like how you put it. I'm
Oh,
gonna
parkour off this
kid.
Just makes me giggle more and more every single time I watch it. Oh my god.
And they take turns. I found this one. I thought it was perfect. It's so calming. So for those of you that don't know, this is actually how you make your ducks grow.
I think you're spreading misinformation right now.
Nope. This is how they grow. And you know what's funny is they keep their eyes open.
They straight up do.
Did you notice that? They do.
The fact that this is 1 minute and 11 seconds of this dude just spraying.
Don't you want to live this life though?
With water.
Don't you?
No, I don't live this life. I don't want to be sprayed with water for 1 minute and 11 seconds.
No, I want to be the guy watering the ducks.
It's you and me.
Okay, so that was my TikTok. I thought it was very cute, and that is how ducks grow big and strong. I'm also pretty sure like they have to have some sort of film or like layer over their eyes. You know, like how snakes do.
Yeah.
Or like they're like protected. Otherwise, but it's also funny to think that they just have their eyes open.
Just being sprayed in the eyes. They enjoy it.
My dog Jackson does that sometimes, where he just doesn't understand the concept of closing your eyes when being pet. Also, hopefully I sound a little less sick than last time. I feel like I do, but I'm gonna listen to this back. I'll be like, girl, no. Anyways, my dog Jackson, he's a tiny, like 12-pound little guy.
We love Jason.
Sometimes, especially when my partner pets him, I don't know if he just pets him the wrong way or if Jackson specifically has it out for him, but whenever my partner pets him, he'll like pet him on the head, right? Like go from like his nose, like his head, and like down his neck, whatever. And Jackson will not only keep his eyes open, but like rub his eyes on his hands sometimes. Like not intentionally, but like, you know how dogs like nuzzle into you and stuff? Like that's how they show affection.
Yeah.
He keeps his eyes open. Like, and then my partner's like, I just got eyeball juice on my hand because of your dog. Why doesn't your dog close his eyes? I'm like, man, I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
I think Jason has a staring problem as well. I just don't know that he knows how his own eyes work, you know? Maybe he just can't close them sometimes.
My mom likes to say that that's how it's like when cats look at you and they like slow blink and it's supposed to be like they're loving. It's like that.
Yeah. But he's really intensely loving you in that moment that he's like, I can't blink because I might miss you.
I might miss. Oh,
I might miss you.
I can't look away. He's just appreciating the beauty.
Jackson. We love Jackson.
We really do.
He's a lovely little guy. Okay.
Right. Well,
now to the main juice of today.
Oh, why that word? What does that mean? Why was that your choice?
Listen, it was the first word. I went with it. Anyways. Okay. So this needs some kind of elaboration. We're going to be discussing some Reddit posts that we enjoy reading. And they are called Am I the Butthole? But it's not butthole. It's the naughty word.
You can say it.
No.
You can say it.
No, I'm not going to. Because PG. These ones are actually titled Am I the Jerk?
Maybe we just call them that. But I am titling this episode AITA.
Fine by me. Yeah. But Am I the Butthole? I tried to pick a kind of variety of like some silly ones and then some ones that are kind of more in depth. So I briefly looked at these and then was like, sure. So I'll also be kind of reacting to these as well. So this one.
Also, could you explain what AITA is for like my grandma?
Yes. So AITA is what it's called. it is these Reddit posts, which Reddit is like another social media app. It is basically this forum where people can post their stories of something that they think they may have been in the wrong, but they don't know if they're in the wrong. So they post these posts to say, hey, did I mess up here? And then basically people comment and determine whether they messed up or not. Hence the name. Are they the butthole?
Beautiful explanation.
Are they not the butthole? You know?
Mm-hmm.
So this first one, the title is, and I had some deep feelings about this title immediately.
I'm so excited, dude. You have no idea.
So, AITA for announcing my pregnancy at a wedding. I know.
Sarah.
Intense feelings right away.
Oh my god.
But hear me out. You gotta listen to the story.
Okay.
So here we go. The title is shocking.
To say the least.
So please read the post before reaching your judgment. This was where I was like, okay. This happened at the end of last year. My husband and I became pregnant with our first last June. By this point, we had already been invited to the wedding of a couple of friends who they named Jack and Jill. They were both friends with my husband at university, and I became close with them. They both knew of our pregnancy and were very happy for us. The wedding was in early December. By this point, I was nearing 6 months pregnant. Jack and Jill reached out just before the wedding to say that they were going to make sure that I was as comfortable as possible and that the staff would be on hand for whatever I could need. Basically, it wasn't a surprise that I was pregnant at all. On the day itself, we were immediately pulled aside by one of Jill's bridesmaids, who said that if we tried anything to steal focus, she'd throw us out herself.
Dude, you know where this is going. Like, what?
We were shocked and confused and said it was no secret that I was pregnant, since we assumed that that's what she was on about. However, she just sneered and walked away. We tried to ignore that and carry on with the day. We were sat with some of my husband's old university friends during dinner, a couple of which hadn't known we were pregnant before seeing us. We chatted a bit about how excited we were and a couple of future plans, but conversation naturally moved on. A couple of hours later, we decided to leave, so looked for Jack and Jill to say goodbye. We stood by the table with the bridesmaid on just long enough to hear her saying loudly that when she gets married, there will be no one allowed to come who could upstage her like certain fat whales had done today.
Wait, hang on, you're gonna have to read that again.
Sure.
What?
We stood by the table with the bridesmaid just long enough to hear her saying loudly that when she gets married, there will be no one allowed to come who could upstage her like certain fat whales had done today.
Who's, like, a bridesmaid said
The bridesmaid said that, who said earlier that this girl better not make her pregnancy the star of the show on the wedding day, even though the bride and groom had no problem with it. And obviously, she had been pregnant, and you can't conceal a pregnancy.
Dude, I could never imagine having a bridesmaid, like, at my wedding. Like, I would be so I would disown them. Like, if anybody ever said like that, you know, like, if anybody ever said anything like that. Okay, sorry, keep going. Here's
just like one more paragraph that's like more important to the story than the rest of it.
Okay.
They had their baby. It was a baby girl. Lovely. We love that.
Congratulations.
Yeah. A couple weeks later, Jack got in touch with us asking if something, so this is the groom, asking if something had happened at the wedding that he'd missed. Very nice. He shared a screen grab of comments from the bridesmaid and a couple of other people we didn't know in a wedding group chat, saying that the pregnant cow was the worst because she gloated about her pregnancy and didn't shut up about it all day. We said that never happened, and he agreed that would be very out of character for us to be like that.
So they were just, like, making it up? They were like, oh, she's gloating about her pregnancy because she looks pregnant.
Correct.
What did they, how do you sorry, I'm short-circuiting over here. How Like, did they expect her to, like, hide it?
Right,
Or,
how do
like,
you hide it? Like, at this point, right?
And at 6 months?
You're 6 months pregnant. You have 3 more months to go. You're pregnant.
You're pregnant.
You're pregnant.
Pregnant.
Pregante.
Was there any more?
Nope, that was it. But, going for AITA for announcing my pregnancy at a wedding to you didn't announce it at your wedding.
No, that title is very misleading.
It's so misleading.
So, were you able to look at a lot of the responses? I mean, I'm assuming majority of them are like, girl, no.
Yes.
Like,
yeah. Obviously, a lot of them was like, there's a big difference between like announcing your pregnancy for the first time and then like having some people like find out who are distant friends who didn't know on like side conversation and be like, oh, that's so exciting. Like, those are two completely different things.
She does the gender reveal at the wedding.
So everybody's gonna get a little confetti popper as they're saying their vows.
Like little like cakes, like in every little cupcake, it's like either pink or blue.
Like that's a completely different thing, Although this comment, which is true, so it says somehow I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. The fact it was multiple people in a whole freaking group chat talking about it means it wasn't only the bridesmaid who had noticed her talking about her pregnancy a lot. Truth probably lies in the middle. Who cares anyway? It didn't ruin the day for anyone. Which is probably true. Like, if multiple people are noticing it, maybe something did happen. But also, at the end of the day, she's not purposefully trying to do anything, And clearly, if the bride and groom were happy, that's all that matters.
That's what I was gonna say. I think as long as like the bride and the groom are fine with it and didn't forget. If anything, they seem to be the ones that like brought it to her attention.
Right.
Like, hey,
are you okay?
I was talking about you not so nicely. Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah.
I think that's what matters. And if I ever had somebody at my wedding talking to people like that, I would be so embarrassed.
Yeah.
And I would kick them out there on the spot.
Yeah.
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 So this one would be, in my opinion, NTA, right?
Yeah.
Not the butthole, as you would put it.
Okay. Next one. IATA. For not buying my daughter new glasses. Okay.
So you want like, no, you're gonna be blind. Like, what? Like,
hold on. There's more of the story. Hold on.
Okay, I'm trying. Okay.
So, I'm not gonna read the ages here because it doesn't matter. I hate when they're like, me, 30-year-old
male,
female,
48, woman, female. Yeah,
I don't care.
No, I know what you mean. It's okay.
This gives it. Anyways, whatever. My daughter got glasses when she was 7 to correct her vision. When we were at the optometrist back then, I let her pick out a pair of sparkly hot pink frames, which, by the way, I had a pair of sparkly hot pink frames when I was
That's awesome.
Anyways, which she loved. Ever since then, we've been going in for a yearly eye checkup, and we got the lens prescription changed and the screws loosened so the glasses fit. Nothing wrong with that. I like this, as we've been able to save money, not go through the unnecessary hassle of choosing new frames each year, and I've been able to teach my daughter how to take care of her things for a long time. This year, however, when we went to our checkup, she wanted to pick out a pair of new frames. I told her that her current frames were perfectly fine, as they fit and were in nearly pristine condition. She disagreed with me, saying that she had the glasses frames for 6 years now. Which is good. She knows how to take good care of her things. The pink sparkles were too babyish for someone going into 8th grade, and she's being teased. I didn't tell her to pick the sparkles, and I hardly doubt kids actually notice her glasses. She wants to look good for her middle school graduation year. The pandemic is still going on. She doesn't need to look cool and try to impress people. To top it all off, she wants a pair of glasses from the adult section. She could get the same type of plain black framed glasses from the kids section, but wants one from the adult section because they look more mature. The ends are a bit pointier, and there are rhinestone bands on the sides. I told her that she could get a pair of new glasses when she goes to high school next year, from the kids section. She is still a child then. As long as she gets good grades and takes care of her current glasses. She pouted at this and called me unreasonable until I told her I could make her wait until 10th grade.
Whoa, so pushed it back another year.
Yeah, it was like, if you keep whining, I'll add on years.
Okay, I feel like first I should make a disclaimer that neither of us are parents.
No.
Neither of us have children, and
No.
so, you know, I've never had to like teach a kid a lesson like this. First of all, okay, and I also, personal disclaimer, I don't own glasses. I got pretty great vision, so I don't really need glasses.
Whatever.
I'm sorry.
Whatever.
But I don't have whatever. I don't have glasses, so I guess I don't know how long they're supposed to last. Is 6 years like a pretty long time to go in
Very
between
long
frames?
time.
How long do you usually go?
Well, I can understand, because in this they say that they loosened the frames to be able to put in the lens and then put them back together. I can understand doing that for a few years. I don't understand how these can still be in what she claims pristine condition for 6 years. Your glasses are on your face.
Assuming it's her only pair.
Right. Your glasses are on your face. They're going through your everyday life with you, right? Like, there's no way they're in pristine condition after 6 years, especially when you're taking them apart again and again for those 6 years.
Yeah, not only that, it seems to be like you know, teaching her, was it her daughter?
Yeah.
Teaching her daughter a lesson to take care of things, but 6 years seems a little too long. Also,
Right.
8th grade, like, come on. Like, it also kind of sounds like mom who doesn't want her kid to grow up kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
And if I was in 8th, like, I remember 8th grade somewhat, and, you know, I think that is a really important time to listen to your kid.
Yes. I think middle school in general is a major time of, like, your kids are gonna be
of change.
buttholes to you, but that they're doing it for a reason, so listen to them.
Right. Well, yeah, middle school is hard for everybody.
It's a tough time.
Obviously, lots of changes are happening.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to listen to your kid during those times, especially if they're walking around with hot pink sparkly glasses
that they've had since second grade.
Second grade, like that is like, imagine if you wore, like, you know, your parents were like, you only get one pair of shoes. Imagine that your feet don't grow, and you wore the same pair of shoes every single day that you did in second grade.
Right.
Like, that's just, sorry, I don't want my Velcro, like, Skechers that light up.
My light up Skechers.
Walking through the hall.
That have rhinestones on them.
8th grade. Yeah, with little rhinestones. Like, that's just unrealistic. And I feel bad for this kid, especially when the mom's like, shut up, or we're waiting till 10th grade.
Especially when she's like, I'm being essentially bullied. And her mom's like, I doubt it.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that.
And her mom's like, nah.
I don't believe you.
I don't think you actually
You're
are.
making this up.
Like,
what the heck? That is
like,
such a...
Okay, every other point, I can see the other side of it. But literally, when your child comes up to you and is saying, hey, I'm getting bullied for this thing, so I want to do something about it, and you go, no.
Lies.
You're lying, actually. Especially as a parent, like, that's messed up.
I mean, I think it's important to, like, teach kids that being different is okay, and that, you know, having whatever style you want really shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
But it's that on top of the 6 years, on top of, like, picking them out in second grade, and her mom refusing to, like, making her pick the kids section despite being in 8th grade. I mean, how old are you in 8th grade? Like 14, 13,
yeah,
14?
13, 14 years old.
Yeah. Like, I feel like that's okay, and you have to have some sort of gateway into like making, air quotes here, adult decisions like that.
Right.
You know, like making them feel like they have a sense of control of like who they are, like making that big decision to essentially develop their style or develop their
Yeah.
sense of self, right?
Right. To be able to like integrate them in their place in society. It may seem like such a simple thing, but it can have such a big impact.
For sure. Yeah, that's why it like little things like that. Like you gotta
Right.
start somewhere, right?
Right. Well, I even think like medically, like during that time, as soon as you turn like 11, 12 years old, doctors are no longer looking at you as a kid. You're a completely different being now. You're a teenager, and that is different from being a kid. And so therefore they're going to treat you differently. They're going to start treating you differently. And if your parents aren't adapting to that as well, like again, it's kind of leading to that, like you're just not going to succeed as well, or you're it's going to be tough. It's going to be challenging.
Babying them for too long.
Right.
And I mean, like I said, we are talking about picking glasses frames here, but still,
it's the little things.
It's the little things. It really
Right.
is. Do you remember like some of the first times that you like got to shop in, like, again, air quotes, like the adult section of the store?
It was a
I'm
big
like,
deal.
This is insane. Or like even not even like the adult section, like from the kids to like the preteens.
Yeah.
Juniors. That's what it was.
Juniors,
That's what it was called. It was called juniors. Shopping from the kids section to the juniors section at
Right.
Kohl's for back to school was a really big deal for me.
Yeah. Massive deal. Well, and also like even I can think now because I have to wear like shoe inserts, and so for the long, and I've had to since like 6th, 7th grade, so around this time, and for the longest time I had to get like specialized shoes, and I had to wear those shoes for a really long time.
I was just gonna say, could you imagine if your mom was like, "No, you're lying. You don't need that.
You don't need that. Actually, we're not gonna get you shoe inserts, and you're just gonna wear tiny baby kids." Tiny baby kid shoes. You're gonna wear those Skechers forever. But
oh my god,
I remember. Well, this happened like literally within the last year. Is we found a website that produces shoes for people who have like special accommodations because of their feet, and I have been able to get cute shoes for the first time since I was a preteen, and you would not believe how much of an adult I feel just because of the shoes I'm wearing now. Like it makes a big deal. Like you don't think about those things, but it can make such a big impact. So that's why I felt passionate about this story.
As you should. I also feel passionate about this story. I'm assuming a lot of the comments are like, you are the wham.
Yeah, right. And then there's some things of like, when will parents learn to tell children that they don't have the money? Instead, they give dumb cover-ups like it's a waste or you don't need it. So yeah, it's like, okay, if it's like, okay, this is a money problem, your child is now, 13 years old at this point. They're either going to learn from you in a way that's better for them when you have that open, honest conversation of saying, hey, we need to look at more affordable options. I know my parents have said that to me, being like, hey, we have a budget, we need to look at more affordable options. But if you don't do that and you don't have those conversations and treating them at the age that they're at, they're going to learn elsewhere, and that's going to lead to problems and trauma later on.
Exactly. Instead of, it's important to be transparent about that kind of stuff, right? Because instead you're leading your child to believe that their mom isn't letting them just because they're either still a kid or they need to take care of their glasses longer, and that they're lying. Being honest is probably the more important thing here. Well, being honest if it was a financial situation, but to this it does not sound like a financial situation at all.
Which, this is true. It's kind of funny, and this is kind of true. It says, this dude has her on an Android too. Green text bubbles can kill you in high school with the wrong crowd mix. As a lifelong glasses wearer, you need a few pairs for outfit matching and in case of momentary misplacement, which is true. I always have an extra pair because literally, I lost my glasses over the summer and I was blind for like 2 months. It wasn't fun. Anyways, but that's also true.
I didn't even think about the outfit matching,
Yeah.
hot pink with every outfit.
That's why I have clear ones, girl. They match with everything. Yes, you have to think about those things. Anyways,
you really do.
But this first part is true of like she is at such a critical time in her life. You will get bullied over the simplest of things.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can speak for both of
Kids
us
are
when I say
mean.
We both have been bullied. Like
kids are mean at this
a couple
age.
points in our life.
Especially
middle school.
I was mean at this age. Like everybody's just mean at this age. You're trying to figure life out. So if this is the one thing that's going to make her life a little bit better at this time, just do it.
Moral of the story: just buy your kid.
Your kid.
I don't know, where did that come? I think I was gonna say glasses.
New glasses.
Glasses is what I was gonna say. Moral of the story is buy your kid new glasses, lady. Okay. Can we mention that you're a psychology major in this?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I also work with kids and have for like 4.5 years, so
I just feel like that's important to say because Sarah has some like backup knowledge about this kind of stuff, and that's why you're so passionate about it, and I really respect that.
I also wear glasses, so you know what?
Sarah also wears glasses. Yes, if you couldn't tell by the little cartoon of us as ducks, Sarah wears glasses.
We can do one more.
Perfect.
Right. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
I have 2 that I want you to choose from. Which one you would rather want to hear more?
Okay. Like by title?
Yeah. So this one is Aita for creating a meat eaters only club at work.
Oh, so you're a cannibal? Oh, okay, so you eat people? Is that what you're saying? Because that's what it sure sounds like.
No. No. And then this one is Aita for refusing to RSVP to my sister's wedding because I'm required to write an application essay just to attend.
How much do these sisters hate each other? Oh my god.
Which one do you want to hear about more?
Honestly, I feel like I need to hear about the meat eaters one. I feel like I can't
meat
say
eaters
that. Like,
only club.
Like that leads more up to imagination.
Yes, but it's not what you think it's gonna be.
So should I pick the other one?
No, it's either one is fine. That's why I gave you both options.
Okay. Meat eaters.
Yeah. Meat eaters only club. Okay. I am working long hours in a rather stuffy office environment, which is the perfect location to eat a bunch of meat.
Oh my god.
However, despite the long hours, or maybe because of them, the management has encouraged lifestyle clubs at the workplace. For example, there's a book club, a movie lovers club, etc. Etc. Sorry, I hate when people say etc.
Etc.
Etc. It's like when people say espresso.
Mm-hmm. Oh, trust me, that gets me all the time. I'm a barista dude. So what you're saying is that this person was like, you know what club is missing?
Meat eaters only.
You know the only club that we don't have in this stuffy office?
Yes.
Is a meat eaters club.
Yes.
Sorry, keep going.
Correct. That is what is occurring here. They are free to join and are partially subsidized by the company. Subsidized, by the company, which makes joining a no-brainer. The process of creating one is rather simple. You need to have at least 5 members willing to join, a statement of purpose, as well as an approval from HR and upper management in order to be compliant with our workplace regulations. You know what this sounds like?
This person went through a lot of steps to get this approved.
Sounds like creating a club in high school.
Oh, it does. Or yeah, college, anything. Like that's how it works. Yeah.
Why? Anyways. At my workplace, I have a colleague I'll call Jane, who has been at the office for a little over a year. She is a dedicated vegan and has been since I have known her. Now you know where this is going. Whatever. This has never been an issue or even that relevant. After a merger about 6 months ago, our team has received a number of new team members. A few of them were vegan as well and have taken a liking to Jane. After a conversation between them and Jane discussing the book club, they have decided to start a vegan dinner club. Nobody had an issue with this. Despite this, issues surfaced after their statement of purpose became known, after it was filed to HR. In the statement, which passed with HR, one of the rules stated that only vegans, vegetarians, and pescatarians will be welcome, and that all dinner options will be vegan. This rubbed some of us the wrong way, since it was clearly exclusionary and divisive. Why would meat eaters be excluded if only vegan options would be on the menu? After speaking to Jane, she seemed somewhat distant and mentioned that I didn't understand that this was also a lifestyle club. The workplace soon became divided.
That's a great follow-up.
But we opted not to file a complaint to HR. Why?
Oh my god.
However, since the idea of a dinner club appealed to us, we started a burger and steak club where we wanted to try a different burger or steak place every week. In our statement of purpose, we stated that only meat eaters could apply, due to this being both a culinary and lifestyle club. Soon after, some of the potential members got called to HR to tell us that the members of the Vegan Diner Club filed a complaint with them, stating that our club was exclusionary, offensive to their lifestyle, and that eating meat as opposed to not eating meat was not a lifestyle. Despite this, the club passed with HR. In the weeks following, we visited a different burger steak place every Friday after work and just relaxed after working 50 plus hours a week. However, despite my prior friendship with Jane, she now refuses to talk to me and is only spending time with her club members, despite everyone's attempts to create a friendly workplace.
You know, this is partially, I feel like this is the level of pettiness I want to achieve someday. I would also ask, you know, in your free time, hey, where's your day job? Go get a job. But this is actually at their job.
Right. What happens when this is happening at their job? This is where I say, go touch some grass.
So the person posting was upset that there was a vegan club and that it excluded non-vegans.
Yes.
So, I mean, okay, I have a couple of like opposing thoughts right now. Initially, it's like, okay, well, that's the point of the club, right? Is if you're not a vegan, you're not in the club.
Yeah.
Why would it make sense to be in a club if you don't?
Different club.
Yeah, well, out of all the clubs that there are. But being, I'm not a vegan. You're not a vegan.
I'm not a vegan.
But being vegan is a lifestyle, whether you like it or not, and it does take a lot of I always say like, oh, I could never do it because it does take a lot of like attention to detail and a lot of time. Like, I think it's a respectable thing to do. On the other hand, I also think excluding people from clubs is a bad thing because, you know, maybe not this particular person, but say you had like I wanted to say a carnivore. Like, what would you like? Carnivore. Say you had a meat eater, yeah, want to join the club and try the food, like out of curiosity or like out of like, hey, maybe this is something that I could get into. Excluding people like that, it just seems like being like, no, if you're not entirely this lifestyle, you're not allowed at all. Also seems kind of weird to me.
That is what a majority of the comments said, was that, okay, clearly this is just like some petty argument, and why couldn't you both just come together and to like, again, not to force the people who are vegan to eat meat, because that's not right. You never know why somebody's vegan. But to maybe introduce the people who are non-vegans to different vegan options and to figure out each other's lifestyles a little bit more. Because I feel like that would be so much more interesting than being.
It could be a learning.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a club that excludes you.
I mean, I feel like that is, like I said, the level of pettiness that if I
So
ever needed
petty.
to be petty, I would achieve. And so
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, what pretty much the exact opposite happened, where they made a meat eaters club and the vegan club was like, hey, that's
We
not
don't
fair.
like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's not
That
nice.
excluded vegans. Yeah,
You're not invited
like
to my birthday party anymore.
that's literally what this is. It's
That's
the
what this
classic "you're not
is.
invited to my birthday party."
Yes. Both of them
And
are
also,
dumb.
this is happening at work. Yeah, but
Right,
I don't
like,
agree with either side here. Like,
I know, I
I'm
don't
not
either.
teaming with anyone.
This is dumb.
Are a lot of the comments you both are that?
Let me go back.
What's the majority rule?
Yeah, this sounds like the most childish workplace ever. Do y'all work at Dunder Mifflin?
Oh my god. That's so true though. I know I have to keep reminding myself that this is happening like in a workplace. Like that is
Yeah.
just
Somebody
that's so
commented,
strange.
this is what happens if you don't have a life outside of work.
That's why I said get a job,
Yeah.
but they're at
They're at work. Both clubs just sound tiring, to be honest.
Yeah, like going out to eat at like a burger or steak place every week with my coworkers. With my coworkers, love my coworkers, but no thank you.
Not every week. Maybe like every once in a while.
Too. Once a month.
Right.
Once a month. That would
Get
be
together,
okay.
have some fun.
If you
every
care that
once
much.
in a while. If you have like, I think it's different if like one of your coworkers is like your friend. Like,
yeah,
you are.
Oh, for sure.
But like, too, with like your entire workplace to be like, starting rivalries in the workplace is just, how old are we?
That just creates an animosity that is going to make your workplace that more stressful.
You're gonna make people quit.
Yeah. So okay, we had a NTA, then we had a YTA, and then we had both.
We had a good mix there.
At that was a great mix. You picked some great ones, Sarah. Did you did you make these decisions before you read them to me?
Straight up won that. I had 2 other ones, so you were just kind of a little genius there by picking that one.
No big deal.
Don't make that face.
What face? I don't even know.
Danny loves to make this like Riz face, and I hate it.
Hey,
I hate it.
Is it this one?
Yes, girl, that's disgusting.
If only they could see.
It's so gross.
Hey, I would argue that it's less of a Riz face and more of a Dwayne the Rock face.
No, I disagree. I think it's more of a Riz face than you think. Stop.
That's
Get out of here.
There's a difference.
Get out of here. Anyways, so it is so important that you grow healthy and strong, and that you take care of yourself, and we want to emphasize that all the time. And I think it is such a loving and kind way to check up on the people you love in your life by asking them, hey, have you eaten today? Have you, had lunch? Have you had breakfast? Have you had dinner? Have you had a little snack? And so we are going to have this little segment called What's for Dinner? We're going to talk about, what we had for dinner, what we plan on having for dinner. That way we can kind of encourage that atmosphere of
mentality,
growth and love, positivity, good vibes. So, Dan, what did you have for dinner? Or what are you going to have for dinner?
Yes, it is currently 8 o'clock, so I did already eat.
Good job. You had it last time, girl.
That's true. That is true. For dinner, I had some SpaghettiOs. You know, those just classic, like, cheesy
yummy
red sauce with those little circle noodles, like,
yes,
it really hit the
classic
spot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so good. And I was a little bit hangry, so it worked out perfectly. So you just pop them in the microwave, like they're ready to go.
Yeah.
After this, I bought some of those. We went to Quick Trip and I bought some of those like edible cookie dough, like plastic little cups where they have like 6 or 7 in them, and you can either bake them or you can just eat them raw. I think I'm gonna go do that like right after this. That's gonna be my snack.
Oh yeah, that sounds.
I'm
yummy.
looking forward to it. What about you, Sarah? What did you
Oh
have?
my gosh.
And it doesn't have to be dinner. You can tell. I would,
No.
you can give me your favorite meal of the day.
No, I'm gonna tell you what I had for dinner because you know what? We're kind of synced up, dude.
Oh my God.
I know, literally genius. I had pasta with red sauce, and it was
Oh?
like the little bow tie pastas. You know?
Oh, those are so good.
Fun.
I love pasta.
Meatballs. Mom made meatballs.
Mm-hmm.
Yum.
Made,
girl.
dude. Those are even better. I love a homemade meatball.
And then obviously had that with some bread with butter. Always.
Ooh, that sounds absolutely delicious.
All right, folks. That concludes the episode for today. Danny's mic is dying, so we gotta go. We will see you all in 2 weeks with another new episode. Bye.
Bye.